Imagine waking up and checking your phone only to realize you've earned more money in the time it took to hit the snooze button than most people earn in an entire decade. No, this isn't a fantasy. This is the daily reality for Elon Musk, the man who has become the ultimate lightning rod for both adoration and absolute outrage. Seriously. Have you ever stopped to think about just how much cash this guy is actually sitting on? It is mind-blowing. Some analysts suggest that at his peak, he was making thousands of dollars every single second. While we're out here stressing over the price of gas, Elon is out there moving billions of dollars with a single late-night post on social media. It's wild, right? But the real question is, how on earth did one man end up with a bank account that looks like a phone number from another galaxy? It's a saga filled with high-stakes gambles, eccentric behavior, and more drama than a reality TV finale. Oh yes, right now the whole world seems completely obsessed with his bank account. One day he's officially the richest person on the planet, and the next day, a sudden dip in Tesla's stock knocks him down a notch. It's like a high-stakes game of musical chairs, but the chairs are made of solid gold. Lately, the gossip has reached a fever pitch because of the headlines surrounding his massive pay packages. We are talking about tens of billions of dollars in a single deal. The internet is literally melting down over it. Critics are screaming, while his most devoted fans, the Musketeers, are cheering him on like he's a tech god. Is he really a visionary savior? But here is where things get really juicy. The story we usually hear is the classic started from the bottom narrative. You know the one, the nerdy kid who taught himself to code and moved to America with nothing but a dream. But was he really a self-made genius who clawed his way up from poverty? Or was there a hidden safety net waiting to catch him if he fell? There are so many rumors flying around about his early days in South Africa. Was his family actually wealthy? Did he really have to struggle? Or is that just a clever PR move to make him look more relatable? It's a debate that sets the comment sections on fire every single time, and the truth might be more complicated than the memes suggest. Just look at the toys in his massive toy box. Most billionaires are happy running one giant company, but Elon, he's out here juggling an entire empire. You've got Tesla, which turned electric cars into the ultimate status symbol. Then there's SpaceX, which is trying to turn us into a multi-planetary species. Don't forget X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, where he spends his time shaking up the media landscape. And let's not even get started on Neuralink, where they're trying to put chips in human brains, or the Boring Company, which is digging tunnels under our feet. How does one man handle all this drama? It's chaotic, ambitious, and arguably a little bit crazy. This isn't going to be some boring business lecture, guys. No way. We are diving deep into the gossip and the pure ambition that fueled this meteoric rise. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and tell us in the comments where you are watching from. Seriously, do you think anyone should actually have that much money? The debate is heating up. And we want to know whose side you're on. But wait, because the rabbit hole goes way deeper than just fast cars and rockets. If you think his current life is a roller coaster, just wait until you hear about the messy beginnings and the emerald mine rumors that keep the internet fighting day and night. Was there really a secret stash of rare gems funding those early ventures? Let's take a trip back to where it all began, South Africa. Picture a young Elon, a self-described nerdy loner who spent more time with his nose in a book than playing sports. Sounds like a typical origin story, right? But it wasn't all just reading Tolkien. His childhood was reportedly pretty rough. He's shared stories about being severely bullied, once even being thrown down a flight of stairs and hospitalized. Talk about a real villain origin story, but here is the real tea that everyone on the internet loves to fight about, the infamous emerald mine. You've probably seen the memes. Rumors have circulated for years that his father, Elon Musk, owned a stake in a Zambian emerald mine, providing a secret safety net of cash. Elon, however, has gone on the record multiple times to debunk this, calling it a total fabrication. Was he a wealthy kid with a silver spoon, or just a bright mind with a lot of drive? The internet remains deeply divided on the matter, but one thing is for sure, he couldn't wait to leave his hometown and head for North America. Fast forward to the early 90s. Elon and Kimball are in Silicon Valley, chasing the high-stakes .com dream. This is the era of Zip2, their first big venture. The story is that they were so broke, they literally lived in their tiny office and showered at the local YMCA. It's the ultimate struggling entrepreneur aesthetic, right? But skeptics often wonder, was this a genuine struggle or a carefully crafted PR masterpiece to build that gritty founder image? Either way, the hustle paid off big time when Compaq bought the company for over $300 million. Suddenly, the gym showering entrepreneur was a multi-millionaire. But if you think he took that money and retired to a private island, you don't know Elon. He took every single cent he had and plowed it into his next big idea, XCOM, which would eventually merge to become part of the legendary PayPal. Now, this is where the drama really kicks into high gear. Ever heard of the PayPal Mafia? It's basically the Avengers of the tech world, and Elon was right in the center, but things weren't exactly friendly. In a move that sounds like it's straight out of a corporate thriller, the board of directors staged a coup and ousted Elon as CEO while he was literally on a plane for his honeymoon. Can you imagine? You're finally taking a break, and you land only to find out you've been fired from your own company. That is cold, but even with that sting, the sale of PayPal to eBay netted him a cool $165 million. Most would stop there, but Elon decided to go all in on two of the riskiest industries on the planet, electric cars and space exploration. Fast forward to 2008, when everything almost crashed. This was the ultimate all or nothing moment. Tesla was hemorrhaging cash, and SpaceX had already seen 3 failed rocket launches. One more failure and it was game over for both companies. On top of that, his personal life was a wreck. He was going through a messy divorce and was reportedly living off loans from his friends just to pay rent. He was broke on paper despite owning these massive companies. It was the ultimate high-stakes PR nightmare. But then, against all odds, the 4th SpaceX launch succeeded, and Tesla secured a last-minute investment on Christmas Eve. He survived by the skin of his teeth, and that's when the legend of the real-life Iron Man truly took off. He even had a cameo in Iron Man 2. He used that status to turn Tesla from a struggling car company into a lifestyle brand that people would die for. He turned it into a cult of personality, and soon, his every tweet started moving the stock market in ways that made regulators sweat. One post about Dogecoin or Tesla stock could send billions shifting across the globe. Is it a stroke of genius or just a billionaire playing a game? Either way, the world couldn't look away as the rockets started landing and cars started driving themselves. Just when you thought the roller coaster had reached its peak, Elon decided to buy the world's digital town Square in what many are calling the most expensive midlife crisis in human history. Buying Twitter for a staggering $44 billion. Seriously, who does that just to settle a point about free speech? He walked into the San Francisco headquarters carrying a literal kitchen sink, told the internet to let that sink in, and then proceeded to dismantle the company's structure in a matter of weeks. The chief twit era was officially born, and it was pure, unadulterated chaos. He fired top executives, laid off a huge portion of the staff via email, and replaced the iconic blue bird with a minimalist dark X. It was a bold, polarizing move that changed the platform forever. Depending on who you ask, he's either a free speech warrior saving the internet or a reckless billionaire destroying a vital communication tool. It's the ultimate drama, and we are all just watching it unfold from our screens. But this divide isn't just about a social media app, it's about the man himself. On one side, you have the Musketeers, the die-hard fans who see him as a modern-day messiah. To them, he's the visionary who will save humanity by making us a multi-planetary species and cleaning up the planet with electric cars. They defend every tweet and every stock market swing as part of a master plan we just aren't smart enough to see yet. On the flip side, you've got the critics who see a tech bro villain with an ego the size of Jupiter. They point to the labor disputes, the aggressive management style, and the sheer volatility of his public persona. Is he a savior or a villain? The internet is literally split down the middle, and honestly, he seems to love the attention either way. And speaking of futuristic vibes, have you heard the latest whispers about Neuralink? This is where the story goes full sci-fi, and it is a little bit creepy, right? He's not just satisfied with rockets and cars. He wants to put computer chips directly into human brains. The rumors are wild. Some say it's the key to curing paralysis and blindness, while others are convinced it's the first step toward a dystopian nightmare where our thoughts are monitored by AI. Imagine being able to download a new language directly into your mind or control your phone just by thinking about it. It sounds like a movie, but for Elon, it's just Tuesday. The secrecy surrounding the project only adds to the mad scientist gossip that follows him everywhere. Of course, the tea wouldn't be complete without diving into his wild personal life. His relationships are just as high profile as his business deals. From his high-speed romance and breakups with actress Amber Heard to his long, experimental relationship with the musician Grimes, the headlines never stop. And can we talk about the children? With a growing family and kids with names like XAA12, he's building a literal dynasty. Does all this personal drama hurt his brands? Some investors think so, but the Musketeers argue that his eccentricities are exactly what makes him a genius. It's a constant crossover between the business section and the tabloid pages, and somehow he manages to dominate both simultaneously. Now hold on. Because the stakes are getting even higher, experts are now predicting that Elon could become the world's first ever trillionaire. Just let that number sink in for a moment. $1 trillion. With that kind of wealth, he wouldn't just be a billionaire. He'd have the financial power of a medium-sized country. Will he use that money to finally build his dream city on Mars? Or will he just keep buying up social media apps and shaking up the status quo? The future seems to belong to him, but there is a major conspiracy theory lurking in the background: the keyman risk. Investors are terrified of what happens if Elon ever steps down or loses interest. Can Tesla, SpaceX, and X survive without his chaotic, high-voltage energy? Many think the whole empire would crumble without him at the helm. So what's the final verdict on the man who wants to own the stars? Is Elon Musk a once-in-a-generation visionary genius who is dragging humanity into the future by its bootstraps? Or is he just a very lucky tech mogul with a massive marketing team and a knack for staying in the spotlight? Whether you love him or hate him, you can't deny that he has changed the world in ways we are only beginning to understand. From the emerald mines of Africa to the launch pads of Texas and the potential colonies on Mars, it's been one heck of a ride. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Billionaire Tea. We want to know your thoughts. Is he the hero we need or the villain we deserve? Drop a comment below and let the debate continue.